Okay, so picture this. You build a company, right? And just 1 year in, you get an offer to sell it for a truly mind-boggling amount of money. Well, that's exactly the story of a startup called DigiGifting, and it all boils down to one massive $10 billion question.
Yeah, there it is, $10 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the offer a huge international company called Connect put on the table. For a startup that was barely a year old. I mean, think about that. That's a valuation that most companies work for decades to achieve. And it was just handed to a newcomer, practically overnight. It's wild.
And that right there is the big question we're going to unpack. What did DigiGifting figure out that was so valuable? What problem did they solve that made them worth that kind of incredible price tag? So, to really get why they're worth so much, we have to start with the problem they're solving. And you know what? It's something every single one of us can relate to. That feeling, right? The stress, the waste, that universal anxiety of giving and receiving the wrong gift. I mean, look at this list. This is so familiar, right? We've all been there. You get a sweater, wrong size, wrong color, a gadget you already own, and then what happens? You've got the awkward thank you, the total hassle of trying to return it, and at the end of the day, you just feel like all that thought and effort and money was just wasted. And this isn't just, a personal headache. It's a huge economic problem. We're talking billions of dollars in returns and wasted stuff every single year. The whole system is kind of broken. So, what would the perfect solution even look like? Well, this quote from the source material absolutely nails it. The sender doesn't have to worry about buying the wrong gift, and the receiver can get something they actually want. See? It really just boils down to those two people. A perfect system takes away the sender's stress and makes sure the receiver is happy. It sounds so simple, doesn't it?
And that simple idea is precisely what DigiGifting set out to build. They came up with this really elegant, super simple process designed to fix that broken system. So let's dive in and see how their smarter way to gift actually works.
Okay, so here's the official breakdown. DigiGifting kicked off in 2016 as a gift card e-commerce provider. But pay attention to their two main goals. One, make online gift giving easier, and two, and this is the big one, reduce returns. See, they weren't just selling products, they were selling a solution to a problem that everybody has. And their process? It's just brilliant, so simple. Okay, first, the person giving the gift picks out a few different options, sets a budget. Step 2, a link gets emailed to the receiver. Now, step 3, this is the magic right here. The receiver clicks that link and gets to choose the exact thing they want. The right size, the right color, all of it. And finally, the sender only gets charged after the perfect gift is already on its way. It's genius. No more guesswork, no more waste. So let's just put these two models side by side for a second. With the old way, traditional gifting, recipient satisfaction is, well, it's a total crapshoot, and the risk of returns is always super high. But with DigiGifting, satisfaction is pretty much a guarantee because the recipient is making the final call, and that means the risk of returns just plummets to almost zero. It's a total game changer.
All right, so what do we have? We have an innovative model that solves a huge universal problem. And that is what brings us right back to that $10 billion offer and a future that's, well, pretty uncertain. I mean, this timeline is just wild to look at. The company launches in 2016. 1 year later, 2017, there's a $10 billion offer on the table. And the plan from the buyer? Absorb all of DigiGifting's tech and roll it into a brand new smartphone app. And who's making this massive offer? A company called Connect. And they are a major player, a huge international digital platform. They see the incredible potential in what DigiGifting built, and they want to basically plug that system into their own massive ecosystem, which could get it in front of billions of users. But this is where the big conflict comes in. On the one hand, you have Connect, and they're making a big promise. They're totally confident this service will be very popular. But on the other hand, you've got some real concerns from users. A lot of people are worried that the platform is just going to get flooded with online shopping ads, turning this really clean, simple solution into just another cluttered, unattractive app. And that leaves us right here with the final, absolutely crucial question. Is this $10 billion deal the moment that this brilliant idea goes global and actually changes gifting forever? Or is it the beginning of the end? Is this where a great service gets swallowed up by a giant corporation only to become just another ad-filled app that we all learn to ignore?
And that, my friends, is the $10 billion question.